Welcome back to Speak Van Holding 247. If you like, subscribe, and share. We're going to get into the business. Roll the clip.
It's very unfortunate that this other child decided to make a bad choice that's going to affect him for the rest of his life.
Did y'all just hear the statement of Metcalf's father? He stated, it is unfortunate that this other child made a bad decision that would affect him for the rest of his life. Now keep in mind that Metcalf's father also came out right after the incident and told the media that he forgave Carmelo Anthony. Now, when you take these two statements and put them together, Metcalf's father is already campaigning that Carmelo Anthony should be found guilty and that his actions was unjustified. So, you have a father who do not care about due process. You have a father who do not respect the spirit and purpose of a trial. Now let's get to Frisco School District beefing up their security. Now take a look at this.
Happening now, Frisco ISD is holding its District 11 5A track meet at Little Elms ISD's Lobo Stadium. Now this after 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was fatally stabbed at last week's meet. An athlete from another school is charged with murder. Our Trevor Sahaki is live outside Lobo Stadium this morning. So Trevor, what's security looking like today?
Well, much more security than we understood that there was last week, Karen. Last week, the district says there were security officers and a clear bag policy. It was unclear if there were metal detectors or really anything more than just those two things. This time around, they have increased all kinds of security. There's a very noticeable law enforcement presence here on the grounds. It looks like even more security than spectators. The district says there are additional officers from Little Elm and Frisco police departments on site, along with stadium security staff and school administration. Security is checking all bags of student athletes, staff, spectators, and media. Also, there's a metal detector everyone has to go through, no matter who you are. As we mentioned, this comes less than a week after police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony from Centennial High School stabbed Memorial High's Austin Metcalf after an argument.
So let's go back and summarize everything. For everybody that's complaining about the Carmelo Anthony family using the GoFundMe funds for cars, homes, for anything other than legal use, it doesn't matter because it was money donated. And once you donate money, the people are going to do what the fuck they want to do with it. Now, when you look at the fact that the Metcalf family, the mother and father, they both got two separate GoFundMe accounts. Even in the death of their son, they can't come together. So we can already see that the mother and father of Metcalf as well as the family of Carmelo Anthony is a money grab. So we can put that to the side. We can quit discussing that. As far as everybody making this a racial issue, trying to fuel it with racism, it doesn't matter because up in that court of law, they don't want to hear that bullshit. It's talking about the facts and the law as it applies to the facts. So we're going to put the racism to the side because I don't want to deal with that right now. It muddies the issues. The only issue I'm concerned about is his self-defense. Carmelo Anthony is raised in self-defense in Texas. Okay, you got the Castle Doctrine. You got the Stand Your Ground Doctrine. And you also have the self-defense doctrine. So Carmelo Anthony, depending on the facts, I don't know the facts. Right now it's fiction. Whatever come out is fiction as far as I'm concerned. So until it's a trial, until there's a trial, witnesses are heard, objections, evidence admitted, not admitting it, we don't know. But at this point, Carmelo Anthony is going to raise self-defense, meaning he have to take the stand. In order to prove a self-defense, the burden is on a person asserting a self-defense. At this point, he has a very strong ground for self-defense, depending on the facts. Let's assume the facts are as they say they are, and the facts, they fluctuate. Some people are saying that Carmelo Anthony was under the tent. The Metcalf and his twin brother came over, putting their hands on him. He reached his hand into the bag and got a knife out and struck him. The fact that he struck him, let's say it happened like that. Let's just say those are the facts. His self-defense would be pretty strong. A lot of people saying that he said, punch me and find out what happened. A lot of people trying to say that's provocation. No, that's not provocation. It's no different than a cop telling you, if you reach for something, if you take your hands off the dashboard, I'ma shoot you. That's not provocation. They are basically declaring, if you make a move, I'm gonna make a move. If you make a move, I'm gonna assume the move that you making is deadly, and I'm gonna make a deadly move. That's all it's saying. And so it goes by the perception that Carmelo saw at the time the two twin brothers came. Once again, I don't know the facts. If he stabbed the child without justification, he should go to prison for some time. I'm not gonna say for the rest of his life. I don't agree with no system locking somebody up for the rest of their goddamn life. I done seen a system lock people up for 40 and 50 years and they found out to be innocent. But because it's a machine, there's nobody to blame. I done seen a prosecutor withhold evidence. I done seen a prosecutor falsify evidence. So I don't have no trust in the system myself. But dealing with this case, we're gonna have to let a trial be heard. So on one hand, one of the children is a white child, one is a black child. You got people on both sides making it a racial issue. You can't make it a racial issue because it's going to have to play out in court. At the end of the day, testimony must be given. The weight of the testimony is for the jury to determine. Not us, not social media, not true crime community, not nobody. It's the jury. And you have to realize that, in my opinion, based on what I perceive the facts are, I don't know what the facts are. But if it comes out that the two twin brothers came over and put their hands on Carmelo Anthony, pushed him, grabbed him, or even grabbed his property, his stance that it was self-defense pretty much will prevail. And let's just say he put on a self-defense and the jury found him guilty. If the evidence outweighs the guilty verdict, all his attorney have to do is file a motion for new trial and raise those points. And if the trial court denies it, he can take it up on appeal. So we have to let it play out in trial. It doesn't matter what nobody on YouTube say. It doesn't matter what no platform say, because witnesses have not been sworn in, testimony have not been heard, evidence have not been permitted. Don't nobody know what the fuck is going on. So we're going to keep it at that. So I'm going to dismiss y'all for the day. You dismiss.